Glenda's here. We're gonna go over here to this house and see what's going on. There's a lot of banging going on over here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it through the forest or not, but I've been talking about how there's a whole bunch of house building going on around us. These guys woke me up. They got started really early. Whoa, look at that over there. Holy smokes, have they made progress. That's going to be a 2-story house over there. So I'm surprised the guys are working because we haven't been able to get, celebration going on over there. I hear the pig is celebrating. I better get away from that noise there. Sounds like the pig is meeting its demise there. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but so I wanted to show you that house. And then over here, I wanted to show you what the title of this video is about. Stumps and bumps, especially during fiesta time. There's been a big improvement on this land that we have purchased. You can see it right here. So most of it has been cleared and we're getting ready to backfill it and level this land. But as many of you know, I did a live stream video where I talked about how we hired these guys to remove the stumps, and they came and put together a package deal for stump removal. And when I come out to check, I didn't see any stumps. And that's because they buried the stumps underneath debris, right? Underneath a debris field. So I thought the stumps had been removed, but this is kind of funny. This is the reason why you have to be aware of the package deal. Package deal means, you know, that they will remove all the stumps, and I mean all the stumps down to the root, even if it takes 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days, they will remove it, right? Raid! We have a raid going on. Thank you, Glenda, so much. Who else is here? Who else is here? I can't see because I got the sun in my eye. But anyway, we got a nice breeze here. I wanted to show you this. So this is what happened, right? So as we're removing the debris, we think the stumps have all been removed. And then we discover, no, they're still here. So here's one of them. And there's another one of them. I don't know if you could see them on the camera view. So these guys here in the Philippines, they were supposed to remove these stumps. And as you can see, no stumps have been removed. They just were buried underneath the surface of the debris field that they created. So they took out a lot of it. I'll admit they took out a lot of the stumps. They were kind of really high, like maybe up to here, you know. So, but they didn't remove them all. And so why would I pay them? Why would I give them a package deal? Package deal means they would stay working on the job until the job was finished. That's the way that I understand it anyway. But that isn't what happened, Minerva. That isn't what happened at all. And so we got a company that we're purchasing all the fill material from. You can see we need a lot of fill. The engineer estimated that we need something like 35 trucks of fill dirt to start leveling this out. And I have a feeling they're going to bring a bulldozer, a small, maybe bite-sized bulldozer over, you know, pretty much like a Tonka truck, you know, and they're going to smooth everything out. And they also offered, they called this morning and they also offered to remove these stumps, but they said they can't get the machine in here, not the big machine that they normally use. So they're going to send a couple guys over with axes and shovels to take these out. And so I don't know exactly what they have planned today, because they actually can start backfilling, at least in this section. This is probably going to take 12 or 15 cubic feet anyway of fill. Who's here? Lorraine Pajadas is here. So anyway, we've made a lot of progress, but not We have not gotten as far down the road as I thought we would be, mostly because the guys bailed on me before removing the stumps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. How are you? Good. And you know what the whole thing about it is that the whole thing about this is that really the guys, they do it to their own peril, because I won't hire them again to come over and work. If they ever need work as a laborer, I won't hire them because they burned me on this. But the other thing I want to talk about is how important familial relationships are. Familial relationships and relationships in general, when it comes to getting stuff done, is very, very important. And the thing that's going on right now is that it's Fiesta week. We got Fiesta season. So we have fiestas going on all over the place. And this affects labor. This affects labor. In other words, the availability of labor, because they're out eating lechon baboy, people are preparing it, and they're drinking tuba wine. See, and so if you're busy drinking tuba wine and eating lechon baboy, you don't have time to work. I don't know how people make enough money to pay their rent or to put food on the table. I guess during Fiesta season, you don't have to worry so much about feeding people, because they'll get fed during Fiesta season. That's what I think was going on. I think they were butchering a pig down there a little while ago. So anyway, the whole thing is that it can get a little bit complicated. When you need labor to work during times of holiday and Fiesta season, it could be an entire week or an entire month that gets wasted because people are too busy, enjoying their lives, drinking tuba wine, eating delicious Filipino food, and then that could set your project back quite a bit of time back. But hey, I'm like a Mack truck, I'm like a big truck, and I just try and drive the truck right through a concrete wall if I have to. And so that means if I can't get a response out of one company or one set of people, I will go looking around for the next set of folks, right? In other words, I don't waste any time. I just say, okay, you said you would show up today, you're not here, so I'm gonna go look for somebody else. And then I get out there and I actually do it. Stuff like this, I think it's challenging, but you could always find somebody, a laborer to work. You just chip away at it little by little until you get it. This is not very difficult work, it's difficult from the perspective that you have to be out here in the hot sun, and you have to take little bites of this, right? You have to take frequent breaks. Because it's hot out here, you need water breaks and the like. And eventually this will disappear, but it's still here, even though we made a handshake agreement for a package deal. So anyway, that's all. Is you have to be aware, It's my bad, really, because I didn't check. I went around and I saw the debris field. I didn't think there was anything left underneath it. But all this stuff has to be removed. And the reason why it has to be removed is very simple. And that is because we have to level this land out, and then we'll be digging for a concrete foundation. And you can't have a full complement of workers here and then end up running into this stump as you're digging to put the foundation in. Now I know we have to come up 3 or 4 feet. Hence, that's why we need 35 trucks of fill dirt in here. Anyway, I just wanted to share the plan with you real quick. So the plan is now, it's not to build a 2-story building now. The plan has been changed up for a whole bunch of reasons, which I'll explain later, probably in a future vlog. But this is the plan that we came out. It'll be a single floor design, and it's going to be a 3-bedroom, 3 CR house. I'll show you how this is going to work. Right here in this plan, you're seeing the 3 rooms. They're all equal sizes. There's going to be no such thing as a guest room, a master bedroom with a CR in it. The CRs are going to be back here. And the outside CR you don't see in this diagram. The outside CR is going to be right in line with these other two that are inside the house. And you see easy door access from the kitchen over to the back of the house, which is going to house a third CR. So you see what's going on here? So you have a common area, a porch, a kitchen, and over here, 3 rooms of equal sizes, and even 2 full CRs located in a hallway entrance. So none of it is going to be visible or directly open into the kitchen. There'll be a hallway there. And so I like this idea a lot. All right, I want to go show you something. I want to go show you something else. Yeah, so you can see I already have the drawing. So we have an engineer who's very, very hungry for work, and that's what I look for. I met with him. We spent about 2 or 3 hours together over 2 days. And next thing I know, I have a drawing in my hand, and that's exactly what I need. In a couple of more days, we will have the plans already at the planning department in the city, and we will be applying for that permit. All right, so let's see how these guys are coming along. The neighbor's house. So they're getting ready to, they're moving their scaffolding. So, oh, this is a bigger project than I thought it was going to be, if they're moving the scaffolding over here. So it looks like the roof framing on the addition looks like it's already completed or close to being completed. And so it doesn't look like it'll be long before they start framing it. Oh, okay. I'm starting to get the idea that this might be enclosed. This patio. It might become a room. Oh, I'm getting a sense of things now. So you see, these guys are hard at work today. Hello. So the last couple of days, I haven't seen much activity over there. And again, I have a feeling it's because of the fiesta season that's going on here. What's going on back there? Is there sheep back there? Yeah, this is pretty overgrown back here. I'm glad we got this all cleared out, you know, because I don't like people hiding in the brush, you know. I like to see who all's hanging around. I'm sorry I can't say hello to everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. I can't see though because my screen went dark and my eyesight's very poor, and I'm facing where the light is hitting the sun. So I know I have quite a few people here. Some of you need jackets, moderator jackets. Some of you need to be blue. So here's the division line right here. Here's the dividing line of the property. You can see the Mahone down here and this flag. Oh, here's the other thing that was irritating, right? So for days, I've been asking people, please remove this barbed wire. It was over there in that ditch. And people kept saying to me, oh, you don't have to worry about that, Dan. Nobody's going to dig that far. They're going to hit that wire. And I said, oh, really? I said, there's no reason for that wire to be buried as garbage in that hole for somebody to accidentally run into while they're digging. See, I'm very safety conscious. You know, I always have been that way. So I said, pull it out and we'll find somebody to haul that away. So it gets proper disposal and nobody gets hurt. But it took me like 4 or 5 times saying something to somebody. And finally I had to come out here with Frank, the father-in-law, and the brother-in-law, and we finally removed that thing and set it over here where people could see it. See, we flagged it to make sure that people knew it was there. All you need to do is run into that thing in the middle of the night, and that'll be the end of your day, you know? I mean, that'll be a very painful experience. And so I suppose we should make sure that we get rid of this today. But the steel guys, the recyclers, didn't want to have anything to do with it. They came by yesterday. And so I'm going to see if I see some city workers that work over the refuse department, right? I'm going to see if they will come over and find a home for it. I'm not sure how you dispose of it or where you put that stuff. I don't think you put it in a landfill, that's for sure. Let me show you one more time. This house, a seafarer owns this one, and he was telling me that he's got to wait for more money and then they could proceed to finish this. They've cleaned it up a little bit. So I'm getting excited because they cleaned some of this overgrowth away from it. And so that kind of gives me the idea that they're going to be added again. And that's a 2-story house right there. Nice size. It looks like maybe it's about 100 square meters up and down. That's about the size that we're looking to build, about 100 square meters. Only a 1-story house. And we're going to be using, without giving you too much details, because we'll do that along the way, we'll be using Hardy Flex. And we're going to be using steel 2x4s, not wood. And so we have a whole plan to use all kinds of modern goodies that are now available here in the Philippines that weren't available when we first started building our home. And so it's going to be high, it's going to be all lightweight material, and it's going to not be as hot inside the house because we're going to have thermal breakers in there. We're going to have insulation like you find in the States in there. So that's what's going on here. Look at how it's growing so fast around here. Not only the brush, but the houses. There's more stuff happening down here. I think I'll have one live stream where I'll just take everybody around. I'll show you what's going on. So anyway, I'll give you one final look at the plant. It's really a stroke of genius. There you go. All the plumbing is going to be on this side of the house. You see 2 CRs, access through that hallway door. 3 bedrooms of equal size. Kitchen, common area, porch out front. A very simple house. And it has yet to be drawn in, but there'll be a CR in the back there. Oh, and over here, I meant to show you guys this. Over here, there will be a water catch basin. So all the water is going to go towards the back of the house. This is going to be the catch basin with a sump pump that's going to remove the water from the property. Or we'll build a cistern and we'll remove the water, both storm water and wastewater. We will remove it by using a sump pump or naturally down into the aquifer that actually goes underneath this property at about 8 or 9 feet. So, oh, thank you, Mel. Mel's here. Hi, Mel. I could make you out because I just momentarily got into the shade. All right, so that's the plan. We'll see. There's our house there. I would love to take down that green screen because that's what's been protecting us from the sun. It's been doing a really good job, but it looks hella ugly. So anyway, you can't see the house. So once this one's up, it'll provide all kinds of shade for us. And so that's something I'm looking forward to. And then I'll also show you how we're going to mitigate the sunshine in this house. The architect or the engineer has come up with a solid plan that I've agreed to. And once we have all that finalized, we will share it with you. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And don't forget that our weekly giveaway happens once a week, Friday evening at 6 p.m. in the Philippines. Don't be late. If you want to win, pesos 333. And I'm ready to go because we were in town yesterday. Mel was there. We saw Mel passing by. Mel was walking. We almost ran over Mel in the crosswalk in Bye Bye City. Mel, that was us. Did you see the put as you were making your way across the street? I guess you were headed for Prince Mall or the pharmacy. That was us. Anyway, I wish we had time to stop. We would have said hello. I should have yelled at you, but I saw you too late. Anyway, Mel, that's the plan for right now. Don't be late. Show up Friday night at 6 p.m. for the giveaway. Like I said, we were in town and we loaded up our Gcash. We're ready to go. Take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. No one knows if we'll have another one. Not even I know if we'll have another one before Friday or not, but we'll see. Take care. Bye. We're out.